This is the Carvera Air. It's a higher-end desktop CNC that can cut some incredibly accurate circuit boards. Let's talk about it right here at Chuck Hollenbach's Electronic Products and Filament Friday. This video is sponsored by Makera, creators of the Carvera Air. The Carvera Air is a solid desktop CNC machine. You can run it open or close with its see-through flip-down cover to make it even quieter. You can control it from an Android tablet. It even has an arm to hold the tablet. Unfortunately, Apple tablets aren't supported at this time. It also offers an optional fourth axis tool, which is great for carving 3D objects out of wood, such as this chess piece. One feature I really love is a multi-point auto level, which is excellent for making printed circuit boards, which is really my interest in this machine. When Makera came to me and offered a Carvera Air to try out, I was honest. I said, I'm really just interested in your circuit board capability. With that multi-point auto leveling, I'm intrigued how well it will work with a V-cut bit. With a V-cut bit, if that circuit board is not perfectly flat or trammed perfectly, the V-cut will take too much material or not enough, giving you uneven traces on your circuit board. I typically cut my circuit boards with an end mill because it's straight. That way, if it's not perfectly level, it still cuts the trace straight. So it's going to be interesting to see how well this machine handles a V-cut bit. There's two software tools included. One is Carvera Controller, that's for controlling the machine and sending files. The other is Makera CAM, that's for designing what you want to cut. I'm going to use Carvera Controller in this experiment. They include a toolkit which has clamps and screws and extra bits, which was really nice, but then they also gave me the PC fabrication pack, which is an extra that you have to pay for, but that comes with circuit boards, extra bits, and even materials to put a silkscreen on top of your finished board. They also included an example guide which has a step-by-step project for cutting an LED circuit board, and they even include the components needed inside the PC fabrication pack. They include both double-sided and single-sided circuit boards. That means there's either copper on both sides or just copper on one side. For this project, we're just going to use a single-sided circuit board. I installed the circuit board on the bed, and their clamps either have a tall edge or a short edge. This is to go over a tall material or small material like a circuit board. So I'm going to use the small edge to clamp this thing down per their directions. So there's going to be one up at the top to push the board down, then there'll be one on the side to push the board in, and then they recommended another one up here at the top, so I'm going to put one there as well. So I tightened all those down, and this board was pretty solid. Normally I just use a double-sided tape under it, but not in this case. I'm going to use the clamps. Now I'm going to fire up the Carvera Controller software. This will run on PC or Mac. I'm running it on a MacBook Air. You can connect to it through Wi-Fi, but my Wi-Fi is a little shaky back here in the shop, so I'm connecting with a USB cable. It comes with one, but I'm using a longer one that I have, and then I plugged it into my laptop. Here's the Carvera Controller interface. Up here at the top, you click either on Wi-Fi or USB, so I'll click on USB, and then I'll click on the port that's recognized connected to the Carvera Air. It'll synchronize, and then you'll see this blue dot, and that means it's connected. If you see a yellow, it's still trying to connect. In the bottom left is their file manager, so I'll click on that, and then I'm going to go to the examples folder, and we're going to click on the LEDs folder. And there we're going to pull up the PCB no UV mask.nc file, and here it is. This is the board we're going to cut. Next I click on the configuration icon, and that brings up the configuration screen. Here's where you can offset the cut from that corner. I'm going to set it to 15 millimeters X, 15 millimeters Y off that anchor 1 point, which is in the corner. This is their recommendation. So once I do this, it'll actually shift the board up a little bit from what it's shown on the screen. Next, we want to enable auto level, so we'll uncheck Auto Z Probe and click on auto leveling. And you can see it's going to be 5 by 5, multiple points. That's where it's set. You can change that with the config menu. I'm going to keep it 5 by 5, but they suggested a 2 millimeter clearance height. So I'll click on this, and there's a drop down, so I'll click on the 2 and then click OK. Now I just click on run to run the auto level, and it tells me I got to make sure that I have the proper probe to confirm. Well, I didn't, so I got to pull out this probe and then put in the electronic probe. It's right here on the side with a wire connected. You pull the handle down, put it in, and let the handle up. It's that easy to change bits. So I confirm that I got that in there. It's got a bright red light that shines out of the tip of the probe. shines down on the board, and then it does its 5x5 probing. So this is the first one that does multiple probes, but then it does just a single point 5 times across the front of this board. Now I'm speeding up a little bit, and then it goes to the back, so it'll do a full 5x5, and then this is the last row. So it's doing exactly where the board is, not the whole thing, just where the board is going to cut. So that's done. So then it tells me to change to the cutting tool. That's tool number 2. Tool 2 is the V-cut bit. It's a 30-degree, 0.2 millimeters. It's really sharp and very sloped. So now I need to put this in the tool, pull the handle down, take out the auto probe, and then put the tool in place. Now this is really nice how this works. Just slide it in, let go of the handle, and it's locked in. That is much nicer than some of the cheaper CNCs I've used. Now I have to click confirm that I changed the bit, and then it's going to home itself to the homing spot, and from there it's going to start cutting the circuit board. Now I'm not going to bore you with watching this whole thing because this is like watching paint dry, but instantly I could see this thing was cutting very even. And after a while I brushed this off so I could see it better, but this was really doing a good job cutting the circuit board, better than I've seen a V-cut bit on any of the low-cost CNCs that I've used. It was easier to film open, but I wanted to show you the difference closed. Here it is closed, 64 dB was the sound, and open, 72 dB, so it's quite a difference in sound. It's a lot quieter closed. Once the V-cut was done, it presented the board to me, and then it told me to change to tool number 3. Now we're going to go from the V-cut bit to a corn bit, which is really a milling bit with a different cutting tool. It's just cut different to do a little rougher job, but it's very similar to a milling bit. So I'm going to mount this into the tool, pull the handle down, pull out the V-cut, put in the corn bit, and then we're going to let this cut. Now it's not only going to cut the edge, this thing's going to drill the holes, because a true CNC like this does what the cheaper ones don't do. It doesn't drill, it actually mills the holes. So one tool can actually cut and mill any size hole. So you can see it going up and down here cutting a hole, but then you'll see it later on, it'll do like a little wiggle. And as it's doing that wiggle, what it's doing is cutting a bigger hole. So let me show you that wiggle. Here it is in close up. It's going to wiggle right after drilling this hole. Here we go. See, it's cutting a bigger hole because it's wiggling around. That's nice. A lot of cheap CNCs, they'll drill, but they won't mill a hole like this. It does have a vacuum port, but the shop vac doesn't directly fit. It needs an adapter. And I'm not using it here. I just brush the board off typically, and then I come back and vacuum later. But if you want to vacuum while you're cutting, it's possible. You just have to maybe 3D print an adapter. I didn't find one in the kit. Maybe they've got something that fits, but it's probably easier if you got a 3D printer to just make your own. So I just brushed it off like this so I could see what it was doing. It was cutting the edge and also leaving a tab so I could later break this away from the main board. So once it was done, it presented the board to me just like before, but now we're done. So it's not going to tell me to change any tools. I just need to take this out. And it's actually really easy because there's no double-sided tape holding it down. I just pull these clamps off and I should be able to slide it right out. And then I'm just going to twist this because there's only 2 tabs holding this thing. So if I twist this, it'll pop right out. And it looks like it did a great job. And here it is all cleaned up. You can see how even the cuts are, how good the drilling is. This is really a great job. And here it is all soldered up. I tell you, this is a great circuit board cutter. I just hope the software gets better because that's not quite there yet. And here it is operating. This is just a touch. Now it looks like they're flashing, but they're actually dimming, but the camera isn't picking it up. So it goes bright and then dim and then off. So I wanted to try cutting a little circuit board, and I'm using a third-party software that I've used with other low-cost CNC machines. And it imported the file. I was able to make it into a .nc file, but the gear to set the auto level and run it was not available. I was told I have to use Makera first with the board and then import it into the Carvera Air using the controller software. So I'm going to save that for a future video. Overall, I think this auto level works great. The V-cut looks really good and it's cut nice and straight. So I'm really impressed with how good this thing cut this circuit board. If you're interested in finding out more, I'll put a link to it in the description below. It is a very nice machine, but it is $2,300 on sale right now on a spring sale. Looks like the regular price is about $3,000. The toolkit, I believe, comes with it. I know the 2 software packages do come with it when you buy it, What else you get, I don't know. Check with them to see what's included or maybe what specials they got going on. But I'm impressed with the auto level and how well it could cut a circuit board with a V-cut bit. Shout out to my Patreon supporters and also anyone who uses my affiliate links or anyone that supports me on Thanks. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you like what I'm doing here, maybe check out some of the videos popping up. If you want to help support the channel, Patreon is one way, or a membership at thangs.com. And if nothing else, click on the logo and subscribe. I'll see you next time right here at Chuck Hellebuck's Electronic Products and Filament Friday.